I think you can expect a well-rounded card. You know, it's a good. Jeff's got a good idea of like a good balanced sort of card. Like you'll have a bit of everything. Hopefully, trying to cater to as many tastes as possible. And you know, it's been a good loop. You know, it's just all the matches here they're all guys who have worked a little bit. So it's, you know, there should be a bit of flying, some showmanship. The girls are, you know, they're polished. It's trying to do something that creates, you know, good action, but also enough of the entertainment and sizzle that separates wrestling from other sports. One of the visions, I think, for the company is to try and have a real blend of talent from everywhere. You know, that some promotions have maybe been a little bit US heavy, you know, and then now, especially with the age of on demand and everything like that, the availability of such good wrestling from all over the place. New Japan is killing it. I mean, obviously you're wearing a Nakamura shirt. I think he's one of my favorites too. But like Lucha Underground has created so much of a wave and like has made everybody just take a huge step back and go like, okay, we need to think outside the box and like do more. And so I think Jeff's idea is to try and have something that still caters to that sort of traditional wrestling audience, but also caters to those other areas where people are starting to go, I think I like that, you know, like, or I think I like that as well as the WWE or whoever, you know, and that's the idea. Obviously, it's we're in the very embryonic phases here, you know, so I opted to get in on the ground floor and you know, help as much as I can get the thing going. Yeah. It's always tougher than outdoor setting. I mean, going back to even when I, you know, started on the camps and stuff in England, even then a lot of them would be outdoor shows and like the noise just travels straight up. So every bump hurts a little bit more. You know, you have to work a lot harder to get that real sort of visceral reaction from people, because here, especially like the way these are laid out, the people are sometimes very far away. So, I mean, obviously there are benefits to us from a working perspective. Like it gives us a little more freedom to play around, and you know, we have what we call dead sides where like no one's there can see, you know, but it's a good test. I look at everything like I mean, we've done a bunch of these, and I used to do them for TNA as well. And you can approach it one of two ways as a performer. You can go, oh God, like, you know, we got the baseball stadium, like it's really difficult, and like no, you can't hear anything, and you don't know whether they're reacting or not or anything. Or you can use it as a challenge to you know, bring out different elements of your work, you know, and that's the way I do it. I think that the show itself may not have that same like electricity that some of the other like packed buildings will have, but I think we make up for it in this stuff. Like the experience that we get to give events is a little more personal. You know, while there are pros and cons to that, if it's done the right way, like that can be a really valuable thing, you know, to build a relationship with the audience. I think there was this long period where there was a lot of, you know, hyperbole and it's coming, you know what I mean? And everyone was kind of like, well, okay, when's it coming? You know, I mean, even I was, because I was from the outside looking in still. Circumstances were such that I decided it was time to move on from TNA. Very grateful for everything they did for me, and I, you know, I had a good career there, but I'm starting to reach my prime now, and I just wanted a bit more of a challenge. And I think the first Vegas show, like, that made everybody kind of go, oh, okay. You know, because there was a lot of people that were going like, this is bullshit. You know, this is not going to happen. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a real thing. And then that first Vegas show happened, and everyone sort of went, okay, this is a real thing. Like, and I went there, and it was a new thing, but at the same time, I had worked with everybody there. It reminded me a lot of Rinka King in India, which Jeff had headed up, and a lot of the same team. And I immediately just was like really excited and dialed in to get more involved. You know, that's why I'm involved in like the UK promoting and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, I want this to work. I think that the ethos here is right. You know, we put the fans first, but at the same time, it's about the product, the wrestling. You know, and showcasing the right guys who deserve it for the right reasons, not a bunch of agendas. It's just, you know, the formulas, the same formulas still work. but there's a really great mix of minds here working. Jeff is a third-generation wrestler and promoter. And then guys like Sanjay and myself and others who are contributing on different levels to try and, you know, get this thing right and, you know, give a good alternative, you know.